Okay, loved ones, happy Sunday. I'm back. So, I'm going to be making frozen fruit smoothies. Yerp. They are a staple in our household because we like sweet stuff. I have a sweet tooth, and I know I can't eat ice cream and cake every day. So, when I was on for real, like a paleo diet or even the Daniel fast, you could only eat what's given by God, right? So I would take that fruit, frozen fruit, and I would cut it up and then put it in the blender. So let me show you what I have. If I can figure this phone out. Okay, so I'm in the process of cutting my bananas, frozen bananas. I rinsed these off. I found that it was easier to get them out of the skin if I had just rinsed it with hot water. So you do have to let your frozen fruit sit for a minute. The only thing that is not frozen would be my mango. But I also have frozen pineapple underneath. I have my frozen blueberries, I have my almond milk, I have honey, I have my lemon juice, and then I may even put some of this isopure protein good stuff into my frozen fruit smoothie, because I have people in here trying to get buff. So I'm going to continue to chop these bananas and just throw them into the blender. So when you cut your banana, you probably cut it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 8 pieces. It doesn't really matter because it's all going to become mash anyway. Like I said, I have a sweet tooth. I love ice cream. Okay, I like ice cream. I actually love these frozen fruit smoothies better than ice cream. I'm not a big milk drinker. I hate dairy milk. I hate it. I've hated it since I was a child. So now they have these other options readily available, and I'm in charge of my own grocery list, then I choose almond milk. I can tolerate it. The 30-calorie kind. Let me see. And this kind happens to be unsweetened. Unsweetened. Let me see if it's vanilla. Yep, vanilla flavor. But I don't necessarily have to have the vanilla flavor. I just prefer it over dairy milk. Dairy milk just tastes disgusting to me. Like, people go crazy over milkshakes and stuff like that. That's not me. Now, I used to love an icy back in the day because it's just pure sugar, because I have a sweet tooth and I love sugar. And so fruit, I've always loved fruit. I'm trying to think if there's a fruit that I don't like. Nope, I haven't met a fruit that I don't like. So you just freeze whatever kind of fruit you like, and then you throw it into your blender. Now, the reason for freezing it is for the texture. If you choose to put it in a blender and it's not frozen, then you're going to get a liquidy type substance. But when you use frozen fruit, it comes out creamy like ice cream. And so for me, like I said, it's better than ice cream. So I'm going to finish chopping these bananas and I'm throwing them in the blender as I chop. Now, I got the whole frozen, put your bananas in the fridge. If you keep your bananas in the fridge, they'll last a lot longer. Don't be deterred or discouraged by the color, because when you peel it, it's still good. It can be black or brown on the outside, but more than likely, the inside is still going to be yellow, and it's still going to be good. See? Good yellow banana, but here's the outside and the inside. They don't necessarily match. But anywho, so don't be discouraged by that. You put your bananas in the freezer, and I'm really bad at this, but I can let my stuff stay in the freezer longer than the recommended time and still enjoy it. Periods after. But anywho, that's me and my stomach. I used to have a cast iron stomach, but now that I'm getting older, my stomach doesn't play games with me, right? So that's why I had to come up with some alternatives besides dairy. Dairy makes me gassy. Is that TMI? Okay, well, now you know. Too late. So I'm going to finish chopping and I'll be back. Okay, so I have my 3 chopped bananas. I'm going to go ahead and add this mango that is not frozen, because I should have cut it before freezing it, but I froze the whole mango because sometimes I get lazy in the kitchen, and so you do what you have to do. And I just threw the whole mango in the freezer. So I'm mixing in mango And now this mango has a little sour spot. Waste not, want not. I don't believe in wasting. So just cut off that little piece that's unwanted, and there it goes into the mix. And I'm going to finish dumping my pineapple. I think that's a good start. I'm not going to throw it all in there now just because it'll make it tough to blend. So when you cut your mango, it leaves this big seed. It's sort of like cutting an avocado. The skin is a bit tougher, but still just as thin as the avocado. And then you have this center seed. This is seed. Seed. And then within this shell is another seed. I tried to plant my avocado seed in the grow one, and it didn't necessarily turn out so well. But anywho, you can add your blueberries last. I'm a bit impatient. Again, lazy kitchen. I try to do as much as possible in as least amount of time as possible. So now I'm going to turn this blender on. I'm going to add a little bit of almond milk as needed. I don't use a lot of it because I really want that smooth, creamy texture. So I'm going to post it first. This is not that fancy Fruit Ninja, or it's not Fruit Ninja's game. It's not that Ninja blender where you open it up and it has that little stick. So I have to be country and just use the knife that I used to chop up the fruit in the first place. And so I just move it around. Oopsie, my blueberry popped out. Pop it right back in. Pokes, my son likes to even shake it around when he makes his. Putting the lid on right now is not a big deal. Okay, so it's difficult for me to hold the blender and the phone to try to record, so I'm gonna blend and come back. Okay, so it's probably been 2 minutes, not a lot of time, but I'm still mixing, blend, stir. That's my idea of mixing. Stir, then blend, stir, then blend, stir, then blend, stir, then blend. So I'm going back and forth with that. I did add a 1/4 cup of almond milk, and I did go ahead and add some lemon juice. So now I'm just going to continue to mix and then finish with my pineapple. It gives it a tropical type taste, which I really enjoy and like. My honey will go in at the very end. It'll go in last, and I may add a little more lemon juice for tang. Excuse me, you can't get enough lemon juice. And for me, I can't pour in enough honey, but I probably will end up putting in 2 to 3 tablespoons of honey. And as far as the lemon juice, it can go up to a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, but we'll see. Time to add the honey when the blender can swirl like that, but I just poured in the rest of my frozen pineapple. The pineapple is gone. Now I'm going to add some honey. I don't like measuring. I just go by the eye. How many tablespoons is that? 2.5, 3. I don't know. It doesn't take a lot. I've already tasted it. Let me get a spoon. My mouth is salivating. That's good stuff. Okay. Gotta mix in my honey. Presentation is everything. I'm ready to enjoy. Let's see how much I have left. That's a substantial amount. I'm just going to put the leftover in the freezer. I did not put the protein powder in there this time, but you throw it in just like you throw in the fruit, and the blender does all of the work. Lazy kitchen. Anywho, toodles while I enjoy my delicious frozen fruit smoothie. I just put the whole blender in the freezer. Ain't nobody got time for that. Putting it all in a cup and storage containers or whatnot. I forgot to add my mixed berries. Oh well, so sad, too bad. Next time. still delicious. Remember, you just put in your favorite frozen fruit and you're all good.